Welcome to Foglight for Databases. This video will highlight some important system prerequisites required by the Foglight cartridge for SQL Server. My name is John Sakalauskas, and I'm a technical product specialist for the Foglight Group. The objective of this demo is to cover configuring the required system settings for the Foglight environment. The requirements specify excluding the Foglight Management Server, Foglight Agent Manager, and Performance Investigator repository directories from antivirus scanning. In addition, for virtual machines, it is important to allocate the recommended CPU and memory resource reservations in accordance to the Foglight for Databases deployment guide. A reservation is a guarantee on either memory or CPU for a virtual machine. Because of how Foglight functions, CPU memory reservations are critical to keeping Foglight and SQL PI working properly. The omission of these recommendations can have serious performance implications within the functionality of the Foglight software and associated database repositories. For antivirus scanning, the Foglight software recommendation is to exclude specific Foglight home directories. Before excluding the required directories, ensure that active system scanning is not in progress. Proceed with accessing the virus software configuration exclusion settings. And then browse to the exception area and locate the directories for Foglight, the Foglight Agent Manager, and InfoBright, which is the Performance Investigator repository. These directories could be central on one system, as depicted on this lab server, or distributed across multiple platforms, depending on the structure of the Foglight environment. Wherever these directories do exist and the antivirus is active on that system, exclude these directories and apply the changes. Then re-enter the exclusion list to double-check the changes. Some systems require a restart after the modifications. The Foglight software also requires reserving virtual machine system CPU and memory reservations. These settings should be reserved at a minimum of the system recommendations specified in the Foglight for Databases deployment guide for all virtual machines running on the Foglight software. Usually, system administrator access is necessary to adjust these settings because of the necessary access that is required to make such a type of change. Configure the CPU according to the Foglight sizing requirements based on the number of monitored agents. Enter in the minimum CPU in the form of processor speed multiplied by the number of cores. This value is converted from gigahertz to megahertz because reservations are expressed in megahertz. For this simulation, I'll reserve 4 processors at 2.4 gigahertz. Memory reservations will follow the same format as what is listed in the Foglight deployment guide, which details the settings specific to the Foglight system's requirements. A restart of the virtual machine might be necessary to adopt these changes. To learn more about Foglight for Databases, visit support.quest.com. For quick support questions, follow us on Twitter at QuestExperts.